Hey guys, it's Bailey. Thanks for tuning in and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be a review of a winged eyeliner stamp. I am finally hopping on the trend and giving it a try. I was perusing Amazon. You might know from a few videos back where I had ordered some new L'Oreal stuff that I couldn't get shipped to me from Ulta. I'd gone to Amazon for, and it was Prime, and it was competitively priced, and it was great. So I got curious and I went into like the top trending Prime products on Amazon, and this showed up, a winged eyeliner stamp. There are a couple of different stamps out there. Some of them are detached like potted liners with a separate stamp, but the ones that I came across are called wing liner stamp. They're claimed to be waterproof, smudge-proof, life-proof, and they're actually two pens that you get, one for your right eye, one for your left. Each one has a wing stamp and each one has a liner stamp, and it was less than 10 bucks, so it was kind of hard to say no. So this video is going to be all about demoing these wing liner stamps, really putting the claims, the smudge-proof, life-proof, yada yada to the test, and then actually figuring out whether or not they do in fact make wing liner easier. So let's go ahead and dive in. First, I want to start off with really a first impressions. Let's head to the first time I ever used these. Alrighty, so I'm gonna do my right eye first. So naturally I'm going to use the right eye stamp. The instructions say to prime with the powder. Clearly I already have eyeshadow on those, so I'm gonna take that as enough priming with powder. The next step is to stamp. So I'm going in with the, if I can get it open, the stamp end of this guy, and gonna position it, mascara may or may not have been a good thing to apply beforehand because it's kind of hard to see the line that I really want my wing to be on. But basically I'm going to try and line it up following the line of my lower lash line. And I guess just stamp. Okay, commit. We are committing. How long do I hold this for? Okay, next step is to take the pen, this side, and color it in. That might be, I don't know that I like that angle a whole lot, but we'll use it as a template. How about? Yeah, that is a lot more vertical than I typically draw out my cat eye, but I feel like it's not a dramatic cat. I think they said this is a 10, yes, 10 millimeter classic size, so maybe if I'd be happier if it had been a bigger wing, maybe not. Let's just continue refining. The one thing I do like about it though is how it applies over eyeshadow. Sometimes with felt tip pens like this, the shadow will transfer to the pen sooner than the ink will transfer to your skin. And so you end up with a pen that transfers like ink that's been tainted with previous eyeshadow, and then it kind of is not useful at all. Okay, I think that is the level of sharpness I want on today's wing. Some days I'm totally fine with a butter knife wing, but today I really wanted like a self-defense mechanism. You know what I'm saying? Like, that could hurt someone. Alrighty, on to the left side. The challenge will now be to even them out. So I picked up my left wing pen, first going with my stamp. There it is, same size, just different orientation, and I'm going to try and do the same thing where, I guess, rather than line it up to my lower lash line, I'm just going to try and line it up to the other wing. This could be a challenge. Okay. And we're committing. What do you think? Could be close. Let's fill it in. This is starting to feel like a butter knife wing. You know when you can just feel it? Do you know what, guys? I don't hate this. I don't love it. Do I? Let's see. Okay, those definitely are not even. No, I don't love it. Dang it. And the issue is, because this one, just by nature of the angle, goes a little bit further up, I'd have to erase them. That's what I'm trying to say. In order to get them even, I would have to erase one of them because this one is going a little bit further out, whereas this one's going up. So they're just uneven. But in addition to liking the fact that this is a really nice fluid flow onto the skin, I also like how opaque it is. Sometimes with a felt tip liner, you have to go back and forth, and especially with a felt tip, I don't have particularly sensitive eyelids, but felt tips, if they're rough, going back and forth like that on your lid only irritates them, makes your eyes water, and then you end up with like a messy messy eye. No one's after that look. So I do like that in addition to the soft felt tip pen, you don't have to go back and forth to get that fully opaque inky black line. All right, so today I'm gonna do a full day's wear test. It's about 8 a.m. right now. It's my second time using these liners. This is gonna be more for like a longevity type wear, and also to see if, you know, with a little bit more use and practice, the ability to get your lines or wings even, you know, gets there if you get it eventually. I will say I'm already kind of impressed with the wear. Granted, it wasn't a full day the first time I tried it, and it was over a full eyeshadow look with primer and eyeshadow and everything like that. I went to go cleanse it that night, like cleanse it really thoroughly, and even after I dried my face off, there was still a really thick line across my lash line that only eye makeup remover would take off. Once I used like a dual phase eye makeup remover, it came off really easily. It came off in kind of flake sort of things. So I'm hoping that doesn't mean it flakes throughout the day, but that is what this wear test is about. So let's go ahead and get to it. So starting with my right wing again, and actually they said to prep with powder, so I've just taken the blurring powder from the Becca Be a Light palette that I'm currently testing, took that on a super big fluffy brush and just ran that all across my lid. So taking that stamp, I'm going to try and go less up and more out with this. And again, now today, since I don't have mascara on, hopefully it'll be a little bit easier to see where exactly I'm placing this. Here we go. Oh, why is it so scary? Okay, it's done. It's done. Oh no, it's gonna be one of those days where the lines just keep getting bigger and bigger. Oh no. Okay, we're calling that good. Now for the moment of truth, time for the left eye. Going in with the wing and remembering to go more out than up. Out, not up. Now that one's more up. Shoot. Okay, we're just gonna take an eye makeup remover because that's very clearly an up wing, not an out wing, right? But if I had eyeshadow on, it'd be game over, you know? Like start the look all the way over. So unless you're really confident with this, maybe try it out a few times with bare eyes. That's really not a wing at all, but it's better than the last one. Let's work with it. Looks like this wing's getting bigger today. Okay, kind of dramatic, but at least they're even. This one, it's happening. If I keep going anymore, they're gonna be big. They're gonna be real big, but just a little bit. This is where we have to stop, otherwise it will get out of control. Let's put on some mascara. Alrighty, so we are back, 9 hours worth of wear, and I've actually changed my face. I will say right off the bat, the liners weathered the day a lot better than my face. I actually just took it all off. I'm currently still testing the Becca Be a Light palette, and they say you can apply this just on bare skin, so that was what I was testing today, and that's what I was wearing during my application this morning. I wasn't a fan of how it wore throughout the day, so I just took it off and slapped another face of makeup on, and here we are. So now let's look at wear. Again, 9 hours worth of wear here, and I have to say I do think it's smudge proof. It is totally flake proof and pretty fade proof. Am I in focus? Okay, I think we are, and I also just said froof, so there's that. But yeah, if you look at the eyes, the sharpness of the wings lasted. I don't see any fading. Overall, it's a good solid wing. It is allergy season here though, and so I did have some eye itchiness, and that is what contributed to most of the wear. You can kind of see here in the middle of my lid where this is where I was scratching most throughout the day. So if you tend to touch your eyes, specifically scratching your eyes, apparently that is their failing point. They will not last through that, but honestly not a whole lot of liners will. Overall, I'm pretty impressed with how it wore throughout the day. Okay, and now that we're back in a normal sort of frame, let's talk about ease of application. So granted, it has only been 2 times using these, but as someone who, over the course of many years, still can occasionally struggle with getting liner even. Like, I'm not without my winged liner woes, but I do feel like I've gotten relatively quick at them, and they're no longer like super intimidating. I wouldn't say they're easy, but I definitely don't hesitate to go for a winged liner even when I'm in a little bit of a rush. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of my winged liner level. So the expectation for me then was for these to be even easier than that, and I have to say there was still a learning curve. Granted, I'm sure with time, just like anything thing you practice at in makeup or life in general. I'm sure it would come easier to me getting them even, because that was my biggest issue for me, was getting them even, having one not be too angled too high versus angled too straight. I'm sure practice would help me with that, but in the end, where I'm at with my liner skills, I don't feel like these make doing a wing any easier. Now that said, I do see a place for these in a beginner's winged liner routine, because although personally for me, I like a bigger wing, so if I had a stamp, I would have liked for it to be a little bit bigger, and this is the biggest stamp that comes from this brand. So I would have preferred a bigger stamp, but what I found it ultimately did for me was create a guide. So it was less of kind of a one and done stamp that you just then go color in after, and more of a rough guesstimate of where I wanted my wing to be. And that, I feel, if you are a beginner, is totally invaluable, because part of the hardest part for me figuring out was where exactly I want that to be, and then slowly but surely drawing it in. And because these are such good stamps, they stamp solidly and it's not streaky or splotchy. You don't have to do a lot of coloring in to get it super opaque. It's really a one and done, and when it comes to wing liner, the less moves you make, the less chances you have of screwing your wing up. So that is a real plus to these, and again, why I think a beginner who might want a little bit more of a road map or some bumpers maybe, if you would say, that might be why they'd like these. But personally for me, I mean, when it comes down to it, in my opinion here, I don't think I'm going to be picking these up all that frequently unless it is for the liner itself. The formula was great, so I might not use the wing stamp all that often, but the liner itself is nice, and now I have two. But in terms of revolutionizing the way you do a wing, nah, probably not so much. So that's it. Kind of a wishy-washy review. I hate walking away from reviews not having like a really strong opinion one way or the other. I know it's not bad, I feel incomplete. I'm not sure what that is. Do you guys feel weird hearing wishy-washy reviews? I don't know, let me know. I guess I don't mind when other people have both good and bad things to say about items, so I don't know why I feel like this is so incomplete. Either way, that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye guys!